Welcome back everybody to 31 Days of Horror, and we're on our 25th day, so less than a week to go now until Halloween, yay. And today we're taking a look at 1991's The People Under the Stairs. Now this was made on a $6 million budget, made $31.4 million at the box office, so it was a big of a hit, quite a big hit to be honest, surprisingly so apparently. Clocks in at 102 minutes long and is directed by Wes Craven, who directed the first Nightmare on Elm Street film, as well as the seventh, as well as The Hills of Eyes, 4 Scream films, Red Eye and The Serpent and the Rainbow, before he sadly passed a few years ago. This stars Brandon Quinton Adams, who I've not seen anything from before, but he was in a few kids' films after this, like The Sandlot and I think the 2 Mighty Ducks films, as well as Everett McGill, who was in License to Kill, Under Siege 2, but he was most well known for being involved with the Twin Peaks series and, all of that kind of world, as well as David Lynch generally, because he was also in the original Dune, as well as Ving Rhames, who was in all of the Mission Impossible films. I think he's in the new one that's coming out soon as well as the Dawn of the Dead remake, Con Air, Pulp Fiction, and the really rather underrated Out of Sight. Now, this is the plot synopsis of this film is about young Poindexter fool Williams, who breaks into the creepy, immense old home of his family's greedy and uncaring landlords. He uncovers a disturbing scenario underneath the stairs. So, this is a film that features a solid balance between the comedy and horror. It's not billed as a comedy horror, but there are definitely comedic elements in there that really rather work. But it's also rich in themes such as its critical analysis of gentrification, class warfare, landlords, and capitalism. But crucially, it's not preachy. It doesn't stop the plot to talk about such themes. They're just there in the world that this film inhabits. And that's a really good way of doing it, and that's purely down to the fact that it's got a really good script, which not only makes the film good, but also keeps those themes still sadly relevant to this day. It's also superbly well paced. It plays with the typical conventions of the horror genre really rather nicely. This looks like something that's going to be, pure blooded horror in regards to The People Under the Stairs, but it's not. It has a good cast, a decent score, well played action, several tense moments, all the while being entertaining and engrossing from beginning to end. I also really rather like this pretty much singular setting in this film. Most of it does take place in the house. And again, like I said, it really plays nicely with the conventions of the horror genre. Because as you can see from the wording on the box art there, it's making it seem like something that it's not, that it's an alternate kind of film, but it's really not. This is a lot more different than that, and I really like the fact that it's, messing with your expectations, messing with the horror conventions, really going in new directions that, quite frankly, hadn't really been touched upon all that much. And quite frankly, any horror film that can be both entertaining, engrossing, and just generally enjoyable to watch, but also have elements to it that can make you think afterwards, challenge your views on certain things and make you giving you eye-opening aspects as well, in terms of aspects that you might well not have even really been knowledgeable about, is always a good thing. And sure, horror films can be just purely about entertainment, but there's nothing wrong with them being about entertainment and being, having a well-laid amount of depth either. So on the whole, really rather good, and easily one of my favourite Wes Craven films outside of his established franchises like Nightmare on Elm Street and the Scream series. Probably my favourite of his outside of those 2 series, to be honest. So if you haven't seen it, then get out there and watch it. But if you have, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. But nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.